Hello budgeters, welcome to the April budget report, and I'm so glad you guys are here watching this video with me today. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button, and if you guys have been here for a while, thank you so much. I really truly appreciate all of the support and help that you guys have given me on this community. It's a really great community to be a part of, so thank you all for being a part of my YouTube family on this small corner of the internet. Okay. So starting off on the budget report, I will go ahead with our projected income. We projected that we would make $6,075.45, and we brought in $7,198.29. And a big portion of that is because my husband went back and fixed his W-4, so that we are not taking out a ton of deductions, or so that we are taking out the amount of deductions that we need to take out for our family. He didn't put any deductions, but we're a family of 4, and we have 2 little boys, and so we needed a few more deductions than 0. So that increased our income so that we're not paying over $1,000 in taxes each month. And then we did have $166.63 in a budget overage, just where we had a little bit more money than we projected. I'm not quite sure where that came through. I think it came through in somewhere in one of these numbers. Something happened, but anyway, we had $166.63 in budget overage, which I went ahead and just put that all towards, where is it? I put the 166, I just said 61, so that I could put an even 932 in our baby step 3, and we used $166.61 for our house wants account, which we used to repair a window and our garage. Okay, so that's where that budget overage went, and if somehow the money gets short, I'll take it out of that account again and just put it back into our bank account. First thing first, we paid 10% on our tithes and offerings. We had a mortgage payment increase. I went up to $863.02, which I think it was just this month, because I think our mortgage went back down to $811.48. Our car insurance was normal. Health insurance was normal at $491, and our energy was lower. We saved about $20 this month compared to last April. So our energy was $90.98. Netflix was a little bit higher at $13.92. I know Netflix has been increasing, so that is now what our Netflix bill is, I believe. Our cell phone was around the same. It was just a few cents less than we projected. Internet was the same. Our water and utilities was about $6 under. We projected $115. We came at $143.88. Our groceries was over by $6.41. And this, a lot of the reason for this is because we ended up hosting Easter, and I wasn't planning on it when we had made the original budget, and buying the ham put us over for our Easter. However, our gas was way under, and I didn't actually mark that, so I'm going to mark that in green just because I'm a visual person, and green means that we were under, green means money, red means over. So our gas, we projected $200, and our gas actually came to $128.25. And a big reason for this is because I got the Smith's debit card, and it took off 50 cents of gas per gallon. And so that really decreased our gas bill. And we didn't have any Murphy moved in moments. This is just anything that will go wrong, goes wrong in your life, and it feels like Murphy has moved into your house, as Dave Ramsey likes to say. So our total budget that we projected for our regular spending was $2,913.29, and we paid $2,969.68. And a lot of that is for, even though we were under in areas, we did pay overage and tithing because we made more money. So I'm not too concerned because it does balance out. Now, because our income was higher than we projected, some of these areas we didn't put any money into, but when we had a higher income, we were able to supplement that. So we put $100 in a house wants account, which was good because we did have a shower handle that broke, so we had to buy a shower handle, or a house repairs account. Our medical deductible, we've met our deductible, so we haven't put any money into that account. Our car account, we put in $50, making that account $550. Our dog account got $20, making that balance $52. Our yard care account got $15. And then we spent a ton of money in yard care this month. We have a total of $38.85, but we had a bunch more money before this month, but this was just the month where we knew we would be doing a lot of spending on our yard. We bought some weed whacker string for $20. We bought $31 of plants at our local plant store, and then we spent $103.84 on yard supplies. So this was things like fertilizer, weed killer, all of those supplies that you need at the beginning of the year to maintain your yard. So I think we got a lot of soil, fertilizer, weed killer, and I needed gloves. We got some pruning shears. We did used to pay for somebody to take care of our yard and maintain it, and we have decided now that we should take that on ourselves, so we just needed to buy a few more supplies to do that. Our prescriptions and therapy account got $50, and we are now actually at a negative balance of $88.74. And $33.74 went to my children got cold, so we got them some Tylenol, and then, I think one of them had an upset tummy, so I just got brat supplies, which is the bananas, rice, applesauce, toast, just the things that calm your tummy down when you have an upset tummy. And then if you guys noticed that we lost the house that we were purchasing, and we did not sell our house, the sale of our house fell through. I did spend $85 to go see our family therapist, just because it was actually very heartbreaking for us. It happened right before closing date, so our whole house was packed up, and I just had to go to therapy to kind of process some of that. I just had a lot of nights where I was just crying, and I just needed to talk about it and talk through some things with our family therapist, so that was nice. So that's kind of why we went over in prescriptions and therapy count. So we should be making that up in the month of May. I'm not too worried about the negative $8.74. In children's needs account, we put in $20. That had a zero balance, and right now we did spend $10 on a storage bin, leaving us with a $10 balance. So I do put all of their clothes, when they outgrow their clothes, I just put all of their size clothes in a storage bin, and we put it in our attic storage, and so those storage bins are spending, and I just take it out of the children's account, the children's needs. Clothing and hair, we put in $50, and then I spend a ton of money on my 2-year-old. Although he just turned 2, he's actually wearing 3T clothes, and so I spent $14.33 at Target for his clothes. I got another shirt for $4.63, and then he did need a haircut. So the majority of the spending from clothing this month came from his account. And then if you guys do know, I do like to dumpster dive, and I found at a Burlington coat factory, I found piles of children's clothing. And so I got a ton of 3T clothes from there, and then the things that weren't things that we needed, I actually sold them all. They had like tags on them and new and everything, and I sold them all at a children's like swap store here in Utah called Kid to Kid. And so I just took all these new clothes with tags on them that came straight out of a dumpster, but they were just brand new with tags, and the store bought a ton of them, and I was able to buy all of my son's clothes, and I spent $1 out of pocket, and I had $1 in my wallet, and I didn't even put it on here. So he now has all of his clothes, and I spent maybe $20 on his 3T clothes out of pocket. So I'm pretty happy about that. Our dental account, we put in $20, and it now has $180 in that account, which is good. We need to start using that. My husband and I both need to go do our checkups. We have not been doing regular checkups, and that's something that needs to happen. we need to start at least going yearly. And I know the recommendation is twice a year, but we just need to start doing that. A vision account I set this up after I built the budget, and so we projected 0 at the time of the budget because we had supplemental. I put in $10 and the balance now has $10, and we just set this up because my husband and I are both noticing that our eyesight is getting a little bit poorer the older we get, so we just decided it would be smart to start a savings account dedicated just to our vision. And then a passport account. There's a chance that my husband may need to go out of the country someday for his work, and so I just decided they'll probably let us know when that happens and we can get the passport in time, but I just decided it would be smart to start saving up for that, and then once we do have enough money in that account for a passport, he might just get it earlier than needed. Our food storage account, we put in $40, and we had $400 in that account, and I spent $392.17 on food storage at Costco, leaving me with a balance of $7.83. And if you are interested in food storage and our process for buying food storage, give this video a like, and let me know that you would like to see our food storage haul and what I am doing and why I am getting food storage. But as strongly as I feel about having money in my budget for all needs, I also feel like I want to have food on hand in case, you see all these disasters that happen in the country, like flooding or, just anything that happens. Utah has a big fault line, and we're due for an earthquake at any time, and I just thought it would be so great to have things on hand so that we're not those people that are rushing out to the store before the hurricane or the storm or whatever hits. We just like having that stuff on hand. And our leisure sinking funds, we put in $50 into a leisure account, and for our anniversary, this balance now has $200 in it. Our family vacation account got $100, which this account now has $190 in it. Christmas account got $100, leaving this account now a balance of $307.41. Our house wants account got that overage, that $166 of overage, and we now have a balance of $46.58 because we spent a lot of money on repairs, $120 to fix a window, $172 for the garage, and we spent $5.01 on Raid to spray the ants from getting into our house. Now, a big reason we did the house wants is because in the sale of our house, they actually requested that we fix a cracked window and a tiny little tear in the garage that could have progressed into something bigger. So that was stuff that we had done for the people who were buying our house. Those were their 2 fix-it requests when they had their inspection. And so this is kind of sad because those were things that we probably wouldn't have done on their own. It's good that they did happen, but yeah, those are just things that happened when we were thinking we were selling our house. The electronics account got $50, making the balance on that $164.03. And we did make a few charges there. We spent $16.99 on a charger. I feel like the chargers in our house just occasionally stop working, and they're not connecting to our devices any longer, so we have to get new chargers. And then we spent $58.96. My husband got an adapter, which I actually don't even know what it adapts for, but he bought an adapter of sorts, and then $12 of that $58 went to a voice recorder for when I do videos, not like on a budget, like a spreadsheet that you're seeing now, but an actual video of me talking to the camera, and I just have had volume issues, so I hope that works better for when I make other videos. A Disneyland Sunday account just got $5, making this account $30, which is, even though it's not a lot, it's kind of fun just to know that there is a little bit of a thought there that maybe we might go again to Disneyland. It was just so fun when we went with my little boys. It was just such a magical experience, and I decided that if I have overage in my budget from food overage, I think I want to carry, like next month, to help me kind of stay motivated at not going over my food budget. I think I want to put whatever I make overage on food and put that in the Disneyland Someday account. So that's another thing to kind of help me stay motivated and stick on track with my food budget. Even if it's like a few dollars, I'll put it in that account. And our health and fitness account got $25, and we only have $4 left in that account. I spent $14 for babysitting while my husband and I went and did something physical. I don't even remember what we did. And then $23, I bought a Groupon for yoga, and I decided that Groupon has all of these awesome fitness things that are usually like go as much as you can in a month, with the idea that they'll hook you on that gym. But I just decided, well, $25 is about the price of those things, and if I just do that every month, then I can just buy like an unlimited gym membership for those places. Like right now I have like unlimited yoga for a month at a gym, and they have all these different classes and times. And then the next month after that, I'll join some other unlimited monthly thing, and I'll just recycle and go through those and just cycle through them, not recycle. I'll just cycle and go through all those Groupons I decided for a while. Birthdays and holidays, we got $75 in this account, but we actually have a negative $36.15. But that's okay, because the way I have it figured out is if we put in $75 a month to birthdays and holidays, by the end of the year, it will equal out, because I have all of my birthdays and holidays on a budget. So they have their own spreadsheet budget. So even though it shows negative in here, we'll make that up as we are going throughout the months. So I spent $8.88 at Walgreens on Easter clearance, $14.33 at Target for Easter clearance. I got my mother, my stepmother-in-law, her birthday and Mother's Day gift for $9.88. And I got some more Easter clearance for $2.07. And then I bought myself a Bibbidi Bobbidi box for my birthday for $45.99. So that is kind of where the birthday and holiday expenditures went. Eating out account got $80. And we actually have a negative 72 cents in this account, which is okay. We'll make that up in the next month. And we just did some, our regular eating out. And our impromptu giving, we had $5. We're negative $1.35 in that account because we did spend $6.35. My nephew broke his arm, and so we went to the Dollar Tree and picked him up some balloons and candy. So he's a little guy. He's only 8 years old, so we just thought we'd go over and take him a little love, a little balloons and some treats. And my husband's Mad Money, he got $30, and his account actually only has $9.39 in it, not because he did a ton of spending, but because he cashed out his money. So he did a little bit of spending. He did $10.41 for a movie, $4 for a pen, $10.15 at Macy's, which is a grocery store here, for sunflower seeds, and then I gave him $100 for a pool refund. He spent $100 out of his own money for a pool purchase, and then I paid him out of our pool money. And he bought a watch for $72.99. I guess he did buy a lot. He got me a massage for $64.95 as a surprise. He bought another thing of sunflower seeds for $17.06. He goes through them like crazy, you guys. He spent $1 on Robinhood, and then he took out $300 in cash. So that is where his big withdrawal was he took out $300 in cash. He also spent $11 again at Macy's. He likes their ice cream, and he only buys, like, it's like a watermelon flavor that none of us like, so it's only for him. So it's like his special ice cream, and so he buys it with his own money. And then he spent $1.05 at Lowe's. So my husband did quite a bit of spending, actually, but he did take out $300 from his account in cash, and he just keeps it in his piggy bank. He likes to have cash over an electronic account. And then my Mad Money got $30, and I now have a balance of $28.55, and I spent $1.50 on a pen, and then I took my friend out to a restaurant called Cafe Rio, and we shared a salad for $9.95. And then in the family fund / reunion account, we put in $15, and we now have a balance of $22.50, and we spent $6.03 at Sonic for some drinks, and we also got pancakes for $6.47. Our date night account, we put in $80. We're now left with a balance of $248. We spent a lot of that, and a lot of it goes to honestly babysitting and to ice cream. So the majority of our date nights went to babysitting. $20 here, $27 there, $50, and then we had 4 ice cream date nights. So that is where the bulk of our date night money went. And now we're going into our baby step 3. This is where we are doing our saving. Now we finished our baby step 3 for our emergency fund CD. So we put our emergency fund in a CD, in a 15-month CD. And that is $20,000 because we have this other this baby step called baby step 3B, which is where we're saving for a house. We projected we'd put $132.16. We ended up putting around $932 in here, making this account balance $11,270.02. And this baby step 3B, the reason I put our emergency fund in a CD is because I really think this $11,000 in all likelihood would be enough to cover us for 3 months of an emergency. This $20,000 is more like the 6-month emergency plan. And the only reason we're not going on to Dave Ramsey's baby steps 4 and 5 is because we do want to get in the house buying process again. And right now we don't know what that looks like for us. But the sale of our house, like our house has made over $100,000 in equity. And so we know that the sale of our house would cover the PMI, that 20% down, wherever we move to. And so we actually don't need to be saving a ton of money for the purchase of a home, but I do want to have the money there in case we need to do repairs on the home. So that is why I have my emergency fund, the bulk of our emergency fund, in a CD, because if we move into a house and there's something that we need to fix up, I want to take it out of this $11,000 and not touch this $20,000. And then if we move in to the house and we don't need this $11,000 to do any repairs, then I will throw all of this into our baby steps 4 and 5. So Dave Ramsey's baby steps 4 and 5 is just the investing portion of his plan. So baby step 1 is save your $1,000. Baby step 2 is pay off any debt. Baby step 3 is your 3 to 6 month emergency fund, which we have right here. But he also has something called baby step 3B, is where you save for the down payment of a home. We should have enough for the down payment of a home, but I just want to now have this, any extra savings that we do right now, go towards any house repairs that might come up so that we're not taking out of our main emergency fund. And then baby steps 4 and 5 in Dave Ramsey's baby steps. Baby step 4 is investing into retirement. Baby step 5 is your kids' college savings. And his baby step 6 is paying off your mortgage, and baby step 7 is generously giving to others. So we are actually, I would say we're done with baby step 3, but because we're in the house buying process, I think we still qualify for Dave Ramsey's baby step 3B, but we have enough money just that we have been saving as we're buying a house that's why I wanted to lock up our regular emergency funds in a 15-month CD. So that is kind of what's going on with that. Because we are not in a house yet, we are just throwing all of our money at that baby step 3B, which means that we kind of put our investments on hold. So these are the investments that we have right now that we have set up. So I have my retirement account from when I was teaching. I was a teacher, and that's at $46,000. My husband has his account from when he was working, which is at $37,000. And then we opened a joint account with Ameritrade, which now has we only put $1,000 in, but it's gone down, so it's at $926.10. And then my husband's work, he was contributing the max amount at his company, and they had an option with Vanguard. But then his company has temporarily stopped their 401k match. And so I'm not quite sure. I actually think my husband stopped contributing there because I think what we want to do now that they don't have a match is if we don't use our money in our baby step 3B, we would want to throw all of our money into a Roth IRA because those are tax free, which means that any increase that you make when you put your money in, any increase that makes, it would be not taxed by the government when you take it out, which is a really good thing. So Dave Ramsey suggests first you do your 401k match, and then after that you do a Roth IRA because it's tax-free. So because they're not doing a match, we stopped our 401k, and we're just putting all of our excess money now into our baby step 3B. And once we buy our house, if we don't use this $11,000, then we would both open up a Roth IRA and you can put in now $6,000, I believe, a year. It used to be $5,500, but I believe they just raised it now to $6,000 you can put in a year into your Roth IRA. So hopefully we could each put in $6,000 into a Roth at that point. And then my son's 529 accounts, we generally put in $100 on their birthdays, and I'm kind of on the fence about how much money I want to carry over for my children's college. I came from a situation where my parents did not help me at all with college. I take that back. They once saw that our joint checking account had like $2 in it, so they transferred $500 into my account for groceries. But besides that, they really didn't financially help me at all, which was good for me. I worked my bum off in college, and I only came out with $2,000 of student loans, and it was and I paid it off right away. But my husband, his parents paid for all of his college, so we kind of come from both ends of the spectrum. And so I think I'm kind of leaning towards wanting to pay their tuition, but telling them that housing and food and everything else is on their own. So anyway, we've only been contributing $100 on their birthday. I'm not quite sure. I have a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old right now, so I'm not sure how much we would need to pay each month if we just want to cover tuition for them. So if you guys know that, let me know. I don't really know how to figure it out, but I know that interest compounds over years. So at the current time, we're putting in $100, and then once we stop our baby step 3B, I want to make that more of a monthly contribution into their 529s. So anyway, long story short, that is kind of what's going on with these accounts right here. And at the end of the month, we kept over $2,100 because my husband now gets paid every other week. And so I decided about 2 weeks worth of our regular bills with groceries and everything like that. 2 weeks worth comes out to be $1,728.29 if we add up all of these numbers right here. And then we also have our groceries, which we spend about $100 each week, and then we spend money on gas, and then if we have any extra. So we said about $2,100 is what we would like to roll over into the next month. And so that's what we carried over into the month of May. So that is where the budget stands. I'm kind of bummed that we didn't put $1,000 into our baby step 3B. Looking back at the May budget plan with me, I decided that I need to think about how much I want to save first and then make all of the numbers meet what I want to save. So from here on out, I want to save $1,000 each month now that we have my husband's income figured out, and then I will be getting some income from the pool business starting in June. So I want to start out with the minimum of $1,000 and then making everything else just add up to that number. So that is kind of where the April budget sits. And we did pretty good. We went over in a few areas. We also went under in a few areas. We didn't do anything too crazy, though, which is nice. So I hope you are all doing well. Let me know how your April spending went for you. I If you have any questions about anything I talked about in this video, please let me know. I would love to help you out, and I will talk to you guys all later. Bye!